Hello everyone, up for auction is my personal Audi A8 2008 year 3.2 FSI Quattro, and this is the third generation of the D3 platform, the facelift of the facelift. And I brought this car from England for personal use about 3.5 years ago, and around 65,000 kilometers we've driven with it. And I'm not gonna talk about all the options on this car or what's been done mechanically to it. I'm gonna add it into the description because otherwise this already long video would be twice as long, plus I won't remember everything anyway. We'll just go over this car as it sits here in front of us right now. And first let's come to the front bumper here. You can see that the front bumper may be the most damaged, cosmetically damaged part on this car, but it's been attached to the car already by three different mechanics. It sits on the car, it doesn't come off, but it doesn't look nice. Obviously, you know, during the use of the car, the front end is under constant threat of everything. So, and there's marks all over the front end from the constant threats this front end has faced over almost 14 years now. So let's take a little look at the bonnet here. You can see that the lacquer started peeling, so I added a little touch-up paint here, also here and here. And I didn't do it to make it look nice, but I did it to spread further damage to the lacquer. So the next owner, if as they please, may fix it up, may leave it. This is how it is at the moment. Let's go along the car here. Next thing I want to point out are the rims. So maybe in video the rims will look semi-decent, but if we come close you can see that I've fixed the curb rash, and that's on every possible rim on the car. I did this kind of spray paint fix to it to make it look decent from a bit further away. That was my only goal. I didn't do it to fool anyone in any way. I just wanted to make it look good from 50 meters away and in dark, and I succeeded in that. Now if we continue down the side of the car, there's all sorts of these blemishes on the car, like here for example. This will buff out. This car has never been polished or waxed, or any of those advanced paint treatment methods have not been used. We haven't done anything of it. This car has always been a commuter, a consumable car for us, not some sort of show car. So yeah, there's age-related marks. Here's a little one. This is inheritance from London days of this car. That's where I got the car from. You can see some line here, but these kind of lines will buff out if anyone's ever interested in doing that. And also, you know, our friendly Estonians here have marked up the car. Definitely not done by us. I don't know why the paint started peeling from there. Maybe it's been repainted, but you can see, I think it's been hit here. And also, like if we come to the rear end here, you can see that it's been hit there. But the thing is that this car has a reversing camera, so and the parking sensors work. All the parking sensors work, which is weird. I think all the parking sensors work. So it's very unlikely that we have crashed the rear end like this, having functional camera and parking sensors. So there's that. You can make whatever you want from it. I turned the car around for better lighting conditions, and we started our little voyage around the car, or we stopped it last down here at the rear bumper. And as you can see, what I've thought about when recording the Estonian version of this video is that maybe somebody has like repainted the bumper at one point and has just painted over the original paint. It seems like that's the issue why these kind of cracks have formed, because if the paint would have been coming off, then there wouldn't be no paint. So it looks like someone has just painted over the original paint. That's just my 2 cents. You can see like the edges and stuff. But the rest of the scratches are our dear beloved Go inhabitants. Okay, maybe a few scratches on the rear bumper have been done by us when loading stuff up or something in those lines, but I don't think this bumper was this scratched. This damage wasn't present, this wasn't present. You can see scratches there, this kind of stuff, you know. These are all the parking lot heroes who have backed into our car pretty much, or whatever, damaged it in whichever way. So another 50-meter repair that I've done myself on this car is this, I forgot the word in English, this piece here on the trunk. As you can see, I can show it from down low, it likes to oxidize, and instead of just letting it oxidize and letting the paint peel off, then I just did this kind of rattle can repair on it. It looked better when it was fresh. Now it's been wearing out a little, and at least it looks good from further away. That was my only goal, which I achieved, so I'm content with that repair. The rear hatch lights, this is a, let's say this is a fault of all the Audis around this time, produced around this time. The problem is not in the light itself, because you can see the outside light looks perfect, but the inside light, the seal around the light is too thin, and the light kind of rattles over time, like moves inside the hatch, and that causes extra wear, and the results are visible. The plastic just wears out, cracks form, and if you see a car from this period with perfect hatch lights, then somebody has just bought new lights, or I don't know what kind of pedantic owner that has to be, polishing these all the time, or I can't even imagine how to retain the cosmetic quality of these lights. Moving on, on the rear here, you can see that the tint on the rear window is bubbling. I didn't get this tint installed. This was installed previously, and the place that I usually go in Estonia to get the tint installed, they said that there's no point of removing it because it's gonna be a labor intensive and an expensive job. And then I said, okay, leave it as such then. I let them tint the side windows for the child who's been traveling at the back, so those have been done in a quality way, like these have been on for more than a year and look decent, I guess. We're on the side here, so rims on this side have been also fixed up, but these rims were in a better condition in general, but you can still see they have been fixed up. This is the rear left, sorry, the rear right, and this is the front right. Front right was in the best condition. I just used a little bit of touch-up. Front right was the only rim that was sorta kinda okay-ish. But we've made our way back into the front of the car. You can see scratches like this. These all will polish out if anyone decides to polish this car one day. And there's a whole lot of scratches on the rear hatch. Same, these will polish out easily if someone decides to do it. This side wing mirror, this is loose. This has been loose all the time I've owned the car. Everything functions with the wing mirror. It's been assembled not in a correct way, so thus it's loose. The job for reassembly was like 60 euros, so I said let it be. It's been tested up to 270 kilometers per hour and it's fine, so I didn't see any point of paying 60 euros for something that's sort of kind of okay, because this has been an everyday consumable car. But this is pretty much the exterior lap of the car. Next, I guess, let's look under the hood of this car, then we'll check inside, then we'll check the boot, the test drive, and yeah, then I can conclude this video. Quickly from under the hood too, and nothing special under the hood. It's just a used car, 14-year-old used car from under the hood. I cleaned up some of the plastics with WD-40, but as you can see, the results are not the best. I've re-glued this with epoxy. As you can see, the main repair haven't held, but the rings are also epoxied back by me, and these have held at least. And generally, just nothing to see, just a 14-year-old used car from under the hood. Let's check out the car from the front. But two things I want to point out here is that I'm 2 meters tall and I'm filming with a gimbal, so we're not gonna go in there. It's just physically impossible for me to show you everything. Plus, this is just a general overview of the car. This is not aiming to be 100% accurate depiction of the car. I'm doing my best to portray it in a way as it is, but if someone's 100% interested in everything, they have to come and check it out themselves. That's just how it is. I take no responsibility in how this car is portrayed in this video. But anyway, let's move inside. You can see this is like normal wear and tear here and there. I got the steering wheel reupholstered. It could use a clean. You can see there's dirt on it. But generally, yeah, just a general wear and tear inside the cabin. If there is any, look at the driver's seat, you can see that some asses have been sliding in and out from here, and there's a tear in the seat here. But other than that, in a normal condition, I cleaned it up as best as I could with the household means I had. I can tell you that the MMI screen is not moving up and down. It's working, everything's working fine in that sense, but it's not moving up and down, and the steering wheel adjustment doesn't work. If you move over to the passenger side here, I already have the glove box open from the Estonian version. There's a aux cord for Android and Apple products, both. Not much else in the glove box there. Also the original book and a couple of bills here. These are in Estonian. This is the last biggest bill, and I actually have a pre-purchase inspection from Force that I got done in like November of 2021, just out of my personal interest. But it's in Estonian, so if you're watching this in English, there's not much use to you from it. But this is the front, generally from inside. We'll approach the rear from the left now. If you ask why from the left, because there's nothing to see really on the right. On the left here though, this was before us, and this has happened during us, because there's been child seat here during our use, and seems that also before us. But in general, the rear, there's nothing noteworthy. I cleaned it up as best as I could with the stuff that I had at home. And on the right there's not much to see. It's just a seat that someone has been occasionally sitting in. But how interesting the rear can be in general. So yeah, the rear of this car. Let's look inside from the rear, and the first thing you may notice is that the tools tray is missing, and we didn't touch it. We didn't play around with the tools, but the tools tray just disintegrated. So the holes, the screw holes around those, it just shredded, tore off. We didn't touch it, we didn't previously break it, it just dismantled itself over time. I tried to fix it with epoxy, but I don't know if I messed up the mixture or whatever, but the epoxy fix didn't work, and I just decided to throw it away because it was covered in epoxy and just broken all around, and I just threw it away. Screw that. You can see all the tools are here, and I think there was like a warning triangle in there too. If there was, I have it. And yeah, I just put the tools there. Also, you may notice is that there's a front left window with a stone chip on it in the boot. The story is very simple. The man mowing lawn at IKEA in Tallinn decided to mow a rock into the window. Police was called out. This is registered in police. And I just figured, what the hell, I'm just gonna get a new quote unquote used intact glass, and I'm just gonna get it changed myself. There's no point of waiting X amount of years, and I'm not gonna sell the car with a broken side glass. So people who have a super keen eye may have noticed that the front right window is untinted, as far as I understand, and the front left window has a tint on it now. That's the reason, and I'm not gonna pull off the tint on the front left. That's gonna be whatever the next owner wants to do with this car. And I'll show you a bit more of the boot. I'll just take the glass out first. So this is the boot. Nothing noteworthy about the boot itself. It's just a regular old used boot that I've cleaned up with stuff available at my house, vacuum cleaner, and so as much as I can, and there's nothing to really point out about the boot. If you look down the hatch here, then we'll see that there's a full-size spare. It's cosmetically in a fairly good condition. There's also cargo net. There's also, I think this is the original med pack, whatever that's worth. And there's also the sticker for the equipment. I'm just gonna add it into the description. I can't get it, can't get much closer to it with my gimbal anyway. So yeah, this is just the boot of this car, nothing special. Alrighty, whew, it's been a long day filming this both in Estonian and English, but let's start the car up and a little bit of a test drive. I can't show you much on this test drive, obviously. Best is to come to the spot and check this car out for yourself, but I can show you that this car is operational. It works. AC blows cold, steering wheel steers, throttle pedal throttles up and down, brakes do work, and this is how it is at the moment. Let's just turn left from here. I just finished the Estonian version of this overview, and I pointed out there that this review has been done in good faith. I objectively, or as objectively as my subjective depiction of this car can be, I tried to portray it. All sales are final. This is how this car will be sold on the auction. Best is to come and check it out. If you don't, that's your own problem. No guarantees or anything of those that sort. Just that it would be clear. But yeah, I mean, it drives as it's supposed to drive. Cruise control works, so on and so forth. This is of course the best possible road to be in, but I'm not gonna drive into the woods somewhere just to demonstrate something. The car is as is. It's a used car, but I mean, it's a very fine car. We just have another car in our possession, so-called new car. Fifth, 200, brakes, which is actually from the same year as this car. If I could keep it, I would keep this car, but financially it's not possible at the moment. And obviously, just you need to move on in life, you know. I think the phase of this car in my life is over, and I'm looking forward to new adventures. As I'm speaking, the odometer, the mileage on this car is 225,225 kilometers. Finally got it out. Let's just give you a little acceleration. I mean, car works as it's supposed to. Okay, I'm not gonna go any faster. Maybe somebody watches this and gets angry. This road used to be 90, now there's a sign for 50, but it's most likely due to the road works. This has been a long, about 4 hours when I left home recording this review, so I'm more or less about done. I guess I mentioned the part that I said in the end in Estonian in the beginning in English. Yeah, I'm gonna sign out from here. This has been a long review. Anyone who's made it here, thanks for watching. I hope you're bidding at the auction, and I'm just gonna turn to the side here, let these bikers pass, and cut this review here. So thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the future. If not in real life, then check out my videos, my other channel, JJ's Automotive. Bye!